Alright, so Nick, welcome back to the Central Coast. It's been a long time away with the team. First of all, I just want to dissect the events of Adelaide. Great goal from Benny, assisted by Jason, and then obviously in the end it was an unfortunate way to go about it. Just overall, your thoughts on those 90 and a bit minutes?
Yeah, just a lot of positive stuff to take out of the game. I thought Benny's been superb. I know a lot of people questioned Benny the last couple of months, but start of the season he had a fantastic game against the Jets. He had a really bad ankle injury, which took him a good month to get back into training. And then obviously we had the situation over Christmas. I don't want to talk about it anymore, but yeah, it really set him back. And look, he's a young player. Like any young player, they lose a bit of confidence and they need to get game time in, which is what we struggled to do with anyone that wasn't playing. And look, you can see he's a top quality player. And I think the last 2 games, 2 goals with his wrong foot, again shows that he can play on the right, he can play on the left. And I thought in general his work rate and his performance on the weekend was deserving of man of the match. And I think the performance that we put in, for an away player to get man of the match like Benny did, I think that speaks volumes for the team. Not only Benny himself, but look, really happy for Benny. Great goal, 1-0 up at half time, and look, second half again we created numerous opportunities to kill the game off, clear-cut opportunities as well. So it's something that we have to address, and look, we have to be better in that final third. We're in every game. We could make it a lot easier if we put the chances away. So look, we can't just look at the back. Obviously, you have to defend set pieces better. Adelaide have got very tall players and great delivery from Goodwin. So we knew that in the week. We had to work on it. And look, it was second phase. That's what was disappointing. It wasn't the first one. It was the second phase where we probably got caught ball watching a little bit. And look, on another day we get out of there with a point, I'd probably be disappointed. But to come away with nothing again was hard. And yeah, look, the boys were disappointed after the game because again we were so close. And I think everybody can see that we're so close. We're performing well every week. The performances are there, but we just have to turn it around. So we have to turn the performances now into results, and that's on me. So I'm accountable for that, and I take responsibility for that. Not only the players, but as a group all together. We've worked on how to fix it, and yeah, look, it's not a big thing. It obviously looks a big thing in the context of the last 2 weeks where everything that can go wrong did go wrong, including some referee decisions that I'm still in disbelief about. But we can't control what's happened in the past. We've got to take it on the chin. We've got to stand tall and keep playing like we are. Because if we keep playing like we are, I still believe that we can beat anyone in this league and we can go on a good run. And look, the season's got plenty of twists and turns left in it. So I'm full of belief and confidence for the boys that we can turn it around and starting hopefully this week against Brisbane.
And what did you say to the boys after that 90-minute mark break, and obviously after the Melbourne City game? Can you kind of let us into what kind of message you started to tell them to try and keep their heads up and keep fighting? Yeah,
of course. I mean, number one is boys can't fault your effort. The effort is clearly there. The performance is clearly there. What we need to do is be better in the front third. We need to pick the right option. At times, we're desperate to score a goal instead of just having that little bit of extra composure. Like we did for Benny's goal. Jason brought it down and unselfishly laid it off to Benny in Benny's path, and it was a fantastic finish. So look, strikers want to score goals, attacking players want to score goals, but sometimes we have to find the right option to make sure that the percentage of it going in the back of the net is a lot higher than just having a shot. And again, you shoot, deflects, it goes in, everybody's happy. But I think at times, we're wanting to go on and get another goal and kill the game off, and I think at times that's probably affected some decision making. But like I said, the boys don't have their heads down. They're frustrated, but they also know that they're playing well. They're enjoying playing every week. But what you don't enjoy doing is conceding in injury time. So look, we talked about it, we've worked on it, and this week we'll just freshen it up. We'll hopefully get on the training pitch at some point this week. It's obviously shocking to see the weather not only here in Queensland as well. So myself and the thoughts go out to everyone that's been affected by the flooding. It really is a tragic looking at it on the news, but just puts things into context. We're conceding injury time goals so close to getting a win or a draw in games, and people have lost their lives in Brisbane flooding. So I think that's a crisis. What we've got to do is just fix a few little things and turn these positive performances into results.
And just for you personally, we're now about halfway through the season, roughly. How have you enjoyed this role, obviously it's been very challenging. They've had a lot of obstacles that some coaches have never had to experience in their lifetime, never mind in their first season. So just for you personally, how much are you enjoying this role and the opportunity you've been given?
Yeah, I'm absolutely loving it. To get the team to the first FFA Cup final in its history was a really proud moment, not only for me but for the club. Fortunately, we just fell short in that. But I think the start of the season we started really well. Like I said, challenges, obstacles. Most teams have had similar to what we've had, and it's not an excuse in the slightest. But look, I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about everybody, and look, no doubt, I'll use them experiences positive moving now for the rest of the season. Yeah, I think, like I said, I don't enjoy losing in injury time. I love winning. So does everybody. But look, for me, it's made me look at everything on the big picture, and when for success for this club is always going to be about developing young players, about giving players opportunities. But I think competing with the big teams in the league is what we've done all season, and competing with everybody, and for me that's success for the club. Just the icing on the cake is getting results at the minute, and I think right now we really have had some real success stories this season, and like I said, there's plenty of points to play for. I'm still targeting that. Everybody in the league can get in the top 6 now. A lot of the results have been inconsistent. A lot of the form's been inconsistent from everybody. Teams are winning. I watch games every single game. Some teams are not playing great and winning games, which is fantastic because that's what people look at the end of the day. But I think we're playing as well as anybody in the competition. We're just had a bit of a bad luck. I think we do need luck in any walk of life, and I think the last couple of weeks, anyone that's followed our last 4 or 5 games will see that hopefully the luck's going to change, because we can't get much more bad luck. But we have to make our luck ourselves, so I think we have to keep pushing and keep working hard, and the boys in there believe that that we can win every game that we go into, and I don't think anyone can watch the game and say that's not the case. So for that I'm really proud, and it gives me belief that we can still push on and finish the season on a strong note.
So obviously you're away for an extended period of time and only played games in that period. Yesterday there was a trial match against the Wanderers. Can you update us on how the boys came through that game, who maybe didn't get as much game time in Melbourne and Adelaide?
Yeah, so look, we arrived back on Sunday, and most of the boys that didn't start in the game against Adelaide all came back and played yesterday. So Cy Goddard got some good minutes, Maresh played 90 minutes, RT played 90 minutes, which is the first time in a long time. So some real positives out of that game. Very physical game against what was probably a very strong Wanderers team, with the likes of Hemed, Petratos, Antonis. So they had a lot of first team players playing. So for some of the young boys, it was a great experience. The game finished 4-3 to them in the end, but look, really entertaining game. Speaking to Mark Rudin after, it was an exercise that I think both clubs needed, because since Christmas, obviously it's been hard to factor in games with the schedule, and these boys, like I said at the start of the year, one thing that they lack in this country is game time if they're not playing in the first team. So look, it was great to have a game, and yeah, some real positives. Ty getting 90 minutes, Ruon, Maresh, Storm Roo got some good minutes, and some of the young boys, Steely, Max. So look, everyone got some good minutes yesterday, and it's the first time we've sort of had a week to prepare for Brisbane, so it was really important. So look, really pleased with the game yesterday, and some real positives from it. And look, like I said, Ruon's hopefully now pushing to get back in the first team, because he's had a real tough season, and really struggled to get himself to where we all know Ruon can be. So look, that's a positive on yesterday's performance.